Jeff Seal, and I'm the managing partner for Telecom Review. We're here at MEF Gen 15 event for our continuing CEO series, visiting with heads of carriers from around the world to get a perspective on what's new and exciting in their arena. Today we're here with the CEO of PCCW Global, Marc Halbfinger. Marc, welcome.
It's good to see you again, Jeff.
Yeah, good to see you too. Marc, you know, PCCW is a key player in the carrier Ethernet business. Can you tell us where you are today and what your future plans are in the carrier Ethernet arena?
Sure, love to. I think we've spoken a few times before that PCCW Global was one of the first CE 2.0 certified global networks. Right. And PCCW Global, again, last night we were honored to win the best global wholesale carrier network by the MEF Awards that was provided to us last night. We're very excited about that.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much. And the team did an outstanding job, and I want to congratulate them. We've had an opportunity, I think, over the last couple of years to build out the network sensibly. And we're headed to our next step, which is actually envisioned by the MEF structures which are articulated around the third network. And we're headed now to really an integration between software and transmission infrastructure. Our software-defined networking capability is now going to be allowing us to provision services dynamically and automatically for customers that will still avail them of QoS. Wow. So not only will a customer be able to provision virtual machine and applications dynamically on some sort of cloud, but they'll now also be able to deliver that QoS capability transmission also dynamically. And that will provide a holistic, homogeneous approach from the core of the customer's network all the way through to the cloud-based applications. And we're very excited about where that's going.
You know, you mentioned you being Carrier Ethernet 2 certified.
Yes, sir.
And I think you were, and correct me if I'm wrong, one of the very first carriers
to be such. We believe so. Certainly the first global network.
Right.
I think we were the ones to challenge the M in the acronym Metro. Right? So by being a global network that was certified, I think we gave thought to some of the rest of the participants in MEF about what the roadmap needed to be with a global perspective, and we're excited to be one of the entities that influence the thought process in MEF through participation on the board, through participation in the various working groups. And we think that what MEF is doing is important, not only internally, but also, I don't know if you're familiar with their MEF Unite program, which is designed to actually aggregate multiple standards institutes to make sure that people are singing from the same sheet of music about where the industry needs to be going from a standards perspective. And anytime we see something like that that contributes globally to a common thought process, we're very, very keen to contribute.
So you're part of the MEF Unite initiative there?
We have colleagues who are on the MEF board,
right,
and through that effort, obviously contribute to MEF Unite.
Good, good. You know, being, I'll call it on the forefront of the Ethernet standards, Carrier Ethernet 2, does that help enhance your business quite a bit from the standpoint of growth of the company, but also from the standpoint of the quality of the services you deliver?
First of all, our business is doing okay.
Right.
We've been growing. We grew again in 2015, and we're pleased with that, and we're very optimistic for the outlook in 2016 as well. Being in part of MEF and understanding where the standards are going, understanding how the business is evolving and changing allows us to stay abreast of where things are going. I think that one of the challenges that we have today is the pace. Right. The pace of change is dramatic. Staying in sync with that pace is one of the challenges that any business has, and certainly in our industry.
Definitely. You know, you PCCW are pretty big in having global interconnections with the major carriers around the world, Ethernet interconnections.
That's correct.
Do you see that continuing, and do you see that as being a big plus on helping to grow your capabilities?
Absolutely. We've always seen ourselves as a facilitator for national infrastructures to deliver cross-border interconnects for their underlying end users. We started in the MPLS NNI capability, and as Ethernet was introduced, we delivered a few flavors of that, Ethernet over MPLS, Ethernet over SDH. Right. Today we have over 150 interconnects around the world, and I don't know if we're the largest, but we do believe that that is a key component of what we do tactically and strategically.
Sure.
We build out our core network, but we make sure that we're then interconnected in as many geographies as possible so that our customers can avail themselves of a homogeneous, seamless capability across the network. And let me just add to that, our software design network that I spoke to at the beginning, which we're working to design automatically, we are developing that as an inter-domain capability. That means that we will want to extend that software, automated software capability to an interconnect-based environment that we have in the physical layer. So if we're able to build out APIs from our network to another network, we'll be able to create this homogeneous, seamless capability for a customer to provision themselves not just on our network, but hopefully also across to third-party networks.
Sure.
And I think that that's the exciting area that we're headed to in 2016.
What sounds like it, and that's ongoing,
yes,
development-wise.
Yes, it is. Yes,
okay.
it is.
Good, good. You know, PCCW is, you're a large carrier, and you are very big from the perspective of your product set. But where do you see yourselves going for, like, in the cloud arena, the carrier arena, and the enterprise arena coming up in, say, 2016?
Well, first of all, I don't know what you would define as big. I think we do a reasonable business, and we're very pleased to collaborate with service providers, whether large or small, and I'll let the numbers do the talking for themselves in terms of size. But we see ourselves, as I said to you before, as being a facilitator, working with large service providers who are perhaps not as interested in some of the difficult markets as we are, but still need to provision for their end users. And we're interested in working with smaller providers who are interested to expand their footprint where we can leverage our capability on their behalf. I think having those capabilities is part of our primary objective. Sitting in the middle, as humbly as we possibly can, being a facilitator for service providers, whether they're large or small.
You have a very large and robust network infrastructure.
We're doing we're over about, I'd say over 550,000 kilometers of network today around the world.
Wow, that's strong.
Yeah.
Do you foresee any new cable initiatives that you're going to be involved with in the near term?
Well, we announced last year that we're one of the leading members, we would hope, in the AAE1 consortium. That stands for Asia, Africa, Europe 1. That system is going to come live, we hope, in the fourth quarter of 2016.
Right.
That's a very exciting system. It's one of the first systems since CME 3 over 20 years ago to extend all the way from Hong Kong to France. 19 consortium members in that environment. A very good camaraderie amongst the service providers that have invested there. Fully funded, the vendors are out there building the infrastructure. We're excited, and if we're lucky, we'll be able to even move up the date of activation.
Good for you, Mark. Mark, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you kindly.
We appreciate your time.
It's nice to be in Texas.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Cheers.